Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 17th through the 23rd. And during that time, we'll have a waning crescent moon, and that's a really good time for surrender, rest, and healing, a time to just let go, rest, and kind of evaluate where we've been and get ready for the new cycle that starts with the new moon on the 23rd. So pay attention to the moon energies as you move through your week, of course. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter this week. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what your overall message for this particular reading is. A new romantic cycle begins. All right, let's see what's going on for the Sagittarius collective. As I'm shuffling the tarot, I would like to let you know that my weekly reminder for this week is that you try to get out into nature a little bit this week. Take a walk in the woods, a beautiful park, find an area with a lovely view. Maybe you want to have a picnic out there. Maybe kick your shoes off, try to get some grounding in. I just can't remember the guy's name on Instagram that I don't know, some guy, he has this whole thing about grounding and all the statistics that they've done about that. It's really fascinating. I need to look more into that. I remember watching a documentary at some point about that, but we all need to look into the benefits of that. It's very easy for me to kick my shoes off sometimes and just be in the grass. I love it in the summer. So, all right, enough babbling, Sagittarius. Let's see what you guys have going on. August 17th through the 23rd, a new romantic cycle begins for Sagittarius. Let's see what that means. Your present energy is that you have been hard at work here with the Eight of Pentacles. You have been focused on something, accomplishing something. I see this. This card is about work and hard work, but I also see this as about the kind of work that you just put your head down and the rest of the world melts around you. I feel like if you yelled this guy's name, he wouldn't hear you until you said it the third time, maybe. And he'd, what? Huh? So it's the kind of work that you can just get into. You get into a rhythm and you just work really hard at it. So that's your current energy. And that could be about working at a relationship, which it's not hard work. It's just the work that you do, and it's work that you enjoy, and it makes the rest of the world melt away, right? Your current situation is the Queen of Pentacles. So, while you're working very hard on maybe this relationship, you're also in a good understanding of how the mechanics and the material things of a relationship work, and maybe that's been something you've been discussing. In this as you enter into a new romantic cycle that you've been, who does the things in the material world in your relationship? Who, if you live together, who does the dishes? Who does the laundry? Who runs the sweeper? Who does the thing? And you're just in a good place where maybe you've got a good pattern, a good routine down for that, which is great. At the root of your situation is the Ace of Swords, which is some sort of aha moment or mental breakthrough. And it could be about that, about, the way that you work and function in the material realm when it comes to a relationship like that. And then it could be a little romantic if one of you is running the sweeper and the other one's folding the laundry. It's nice to, have your environment straightened out, especially if you're a female. There's nothing more romantic to us than to see a man unloading a dishwasher, right? So, that could be. Anyway, let's see what is in your recent past here. More pentacles here with stability. So I'm going to say that this is definite relationship stability when it comes to this. And here we are again in the material world with some sort of mental breakthrough. And this could be just a breakthrough of appreciation for each other. Let me turn this down a little bit. An appreciation for what the other person does. And that's nice. Again, that can be very romantic. What is on your mind this week is, we're thinking about the future a little bit, maybe new ventures, maybe a new way of doing some of these things. Maybe it's come to mind that your partner doesn't like doing a certain thing and you don't mind it. And so you kind of switch up a chore like that, that could be it. Let's see what's just ahead of you this week. A little bit of a celebration here with the Three of Cups, which I like. So maybe that means, maybe some of you are celebrating an anniversary or some kind of milestone in your relationship. And yeah, go out on that date, have fun, celebrate with each other, celebrate with friends even. You may get another couple, go out and enjoy dinner together and just kind of laugh and have a good time there. In your advice position is the 10 of Pentacles. So many pentacles in this. And maybe you are celebrating the fact that you do work so well together and that you're working very well together when it comes to how to manage the material, how you manage your money, how you manage your time when it comes to work and balance of life. And that you're building something that is about longevity. With this 10 of Pentacles is about wealth, like generational wealth and security, and that's a great thing. And your advice is to go ahead and keep your eye on that prize, and you chip away at that a little bit every month, every year. It's not something that happens overnight. You're working towards that, which is really awesome. What's beyond your control this week is the 10 of Wands. So something is wrapping up for you. There's some sort of ending, and it could be with this breakthrough. Like I said, it could be that you have some sort of relationship breakthrough where we're not going to do it that way anymore. We're going to move ahead and do things in a new way. I'm going to also point out now that we do have 2 10s on the table, which I had for another reading too. So look up angel number 1010 and see if that means anything for you. What is your secret desire? Well, here's another 10. Hold on. You might have to look up a few more. Secret desire, what you're trying to avoid. And this is also another ending. This is about being done with something mentally. So yeah, again, maybe you've had some sort of breakthrough. You're just going to change how you're doing things. But look at all these 10s showing up at the end of your reading here. What is on your outcome is the Queen of Cups. So not only are we really good at understanding how the material world works, but also the emotional world, and not just those worlds of yourself, but of the people around you. That you're really good at understanding that. And again, that might be why you've maybe had some sort of breakthrough. But look at all these 10s. Look up angel number 10, 10, 10, and see if that means anything as you're moving through your week, Sagittarius. So, what is hidden from you this week is the Queen of Wands. So, while we're being very emotionally balanced here with this Queen of Cups, and we're being very understanding of the world around us and also the people, there's maybe some lack of passion this week. And if this is a new romantic cycle, maybe that's something that you're just being reminded to don't forget that part, right? um not everything is about work and accomplishing things or being completely emotional. Sometimes it's just about passion and enjoying life and enjoying things and the people around you. All right, let's get a final word here from the Soul Oracle deck. I feel like this was just a very quick reading for you, Sagittarius, but sometimes that happens. I mean, this is a very calm week for you. I do think some things are ending. I don't think they're traumatic endings. I think they're things that you've thought about through the cycle, and you're like, I want to do things in a different way. So we're going to end this and just do things in a different way. You've got this Ace of Swords. You've had an idea or some sort of breakthrough here. Whoop, this card just flipped right out. So live life to the fullest. Awesome. That's your Soul Oracle advice for the week. And let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care this week. Self-care card for Sagittarius. And that card that comes out here is the card of possibility. Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy an experience twice. Okay, so love that as a wrap up there. So yeah, and that probably is this hidden passion right there. So make sure that you are not letting that hide from you too much. So Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here with me this week. I really do appreciate your time. If there's something in this reading that you'd like to leave me a comment on, let me know. Did you have a new romantic cycle coming up? Is there some things that you've let go of this week as you've got your eye on this, generational wealth and security prize, which I do love for you? But drop me a comment and let me know. I do post readings every week, so come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues. It's been pretty mellow, I believe, or if there's something new that comes up for you next time. Also, if you like my reading style, of course, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me and helps with the algorithm. to kind of push my videos out there, which I really appreciate that so, so much. And also it'll help you find me next week. So good luck with this, Sagittarius, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.